So, in Donald Trump's endless display of insecurity and incompetence and cowardice and weakness, it appears that he's still fantasizing about running against Joe Biden. Even though the election is only a few days away, the Democratic National Convention happened over a month ago. Even though we're already dead set in the race, early voting is kicked off. Donald Trump is seeing the numbers. He's seeing that the enthusiasm is very high for Democrats. And I think he can kind of catch the writing on the wall. So let's check this out. Given the fact that Donald Trump didn't even do a 60 minutes interview, one could probably easily infer that it's best to not talk about Kamala's interview at all, given the fact that you didn't do it. But this is Donald Trump; he's an idiot, so of course he is. So he's still calling for their license to be revoked because, and I don't really understand why he's so focused on 60 minutes, other than the fact that he didn't do it, and he's trying to like deflect away from the fact that he didn't do it because Kamala's been doing interviews all over the place, whether it be with local news, whether it be on all the big main news channels, doing podcasts. She's all over the place. She was on Fox News yesterday. She's doing her thing. But he keeps talking about 60 minutes because he didn't do it. Donald Trump is an incredibly simple man. He's very stupid. He's an idiot. He's a caveman. So it's easy to read this guy. So that's why he's stuck on it. So let's go ahead and get into his words. This is what he posted out today. He said, 60 Minutes should still be immediately taken off the air. Election interference. CBS should lose its license. This is the biggest scandal in broadcast history. Why? Why is this the biggest scandal in broadcast history? He doesn't know. He's just saying things. Kamala should be investigated and forced off the campaign, and Joe Biden allowed to take back his rightful place. He got 14 million primary votes. She got none. This whole sordid and fraudulent event is a threat to democracy. Okay, I'm so sick of this guy, man. Like, I can genuinely say I hate Donald Trump. I can genuinely say that, and it's not Durant. I'm just tired of the dude. Like, I'm so sick of this. He has been in everybody's face nonstop for a decade now, and it's just old. Like, what the fuck? She's a threat to democracy, but not you. It's a threat to democracy because she did an interview on 60 Minutes. That's going to end democracy, but not you, who calls for a termination of the Constitution. Not you, who encouraged the January 6th insurrection. Not you, who goes out of his way to try to get people to not certify the democratic elections. She is. Again, everything he says is just projection and confession. And then obviously Joe Biden should be allowed to take his rightful place. Like, bro, Donald, this man's crazy. He's out of his mind. Joe Biden stepped down because that's what the party wanted overall. And that's what, despite no matter how you feel about Joe Biden, that's one of the key differences between him and Donald Trump. Joe Biden is at least, like an adult and has enough of a functioning brain to where he can make a decision that isn't totally self-centered. Donald Trump would never do that. In fact, he's running for president so that he can stay out of prison. That's all this shit is really about. Nothing more, but he should be allowed to take his rightful place. The Fox, okay, what is this? The Fox article was titled CBS accused of significant and intentional news distortion and FCC complaint over 60 Minutes. Edit. Okay, whatever that is. Let's see. What is this? I'm trying to see what else, because you already know. Okay, here we go. He continues. Trump also posted to Truth Social on Thursday, quote, "Why won't 60 Minutes release the fraudulent tapes of lying Kamala's interview with them? Could it be because it was a complete and total disaster, or that they created many additional new answers for her, not just the one where she was so embarrassingly caught in normal times?" In normal times. I hate this man. In normal times, what happened on 60 Minutes, deceptively doctoring her answers, would be the end of anyone's campaign. Again, endless projection, endless projection. Kamala is slow, incoherent, and in no way qualified to be president of the United States. Release the tapes for the good of America. We can do it the nice way or the hard way. What does that mean? We can do. And look, again, he's the dumbest guy in the country. What would this do? Let's say that 60 Minutes interview was edited. I mean, what would the unedited tape show? Would it show her stuttering a little bit? Would it show her saying a little bit? Again, because Kamala is doing interviews all over the place. She just this week she was with Charlemagne the God. Last night she was on Fox News. She's about to be on Joe Rogan. She was on the Call Her Daddy podcast. She's all over the place. She's doing local news. But the reason that Donald Trump is specifically hyper focused on 60 Minutes is because he didn't do it. That's the only reason he's hyper focused on this. And honestly, man, this dude has the brain of a goddamn 6-year old. Hey, now. Thank you so much for tuning in here at Politics and Paper. If you like what I do and you support my work, go ahead and subscribe. I greatly appreciate it and it really helps to support what we do here.